Welcome friends for lecture number 2 for chapter number 8, alternative fuels and exhaust emission. So in previous lecture we discussed the different alternative fuels, namely ethanol, methanol, LNG, LPG, CNG, biodiesel, biogas. These alternative fuels, and also discuss their suitability for the internal combustion engine. Now we will discuss the remaining that alternative fuels. Now we will discuss today the electricity. So as we know that vehicles that operate only on electricity require no warm up, run almost silently and have excellent performance up to the limit of their range. The vehicles which are run on the electric that current, that is by using the electricity, that is nothing but the electric vehicles. So also the electric cars are cheap to refuel, means recharging is very simple. So pure electric cars still have limited range, typically no more than 100 to 120 miles. So there is limitations is there. So as we know that all electric vehicles run only on electricity, most have all electric ranges of 80 to 100 miles, while a few luxury models have range up to 250 miles. So when the battery is depleted, it can be take more, so it take from 30 minutes with fast charging up to nearly a full day with layer of one charging. So that will depends upon the charging station to recharge it. So depending on the type of the charger and the battery, that will decides the depleted battery or discharged battery, how to again it will be recharged. So if this range is not sufficient, a plug-in electric vehicle, that is known as a PHEV, plug-in electric vehicle, may be better choice. So plug-in electric vehicles runs on electricity for shorter range, namely 6 to 40 miles, then switch over to an internal combustion engine running on gasoline when the battery is depleted. The flexibility of this plug-in electric vehicle allows drivers to use electricity as often as possible while also being able to fuel up with gasoline if needed. So powering the vehicle with electricity from grid reduces fuel cost, cuts petroleum consumption and reduces tailpipe emissions compared with the conventional vehicles. So depending on the model, the internal combustion engine may also power the vehicle at other times, such as during rapid acceleration or when using heating or air conditioning. So plug-in electric vehicles could also use hydrogen in a fuel cell, biofuels or other alternative fuels as backup instead of gasoline. Means along with the electric power, one can again use the gasoline, fuel cell, biofuels, hydrogen, that is another that fuel that should be used. So when driving distances are longer than an electric range, these plug-in electric vehicles that will be better. It will act like hybrid vehicles, consuming less fuel and producing fewer emissions than the conventional. So the following types of 4 batteries are commonly used in today's electric vehicles: lead acid battery, nickel cadmium battery, nickel metal hydride, lithium ion batteries. So such types of batteries are nowadays they are used in the electric vehicles. So lithium ion batteries have higher specific energy relative to other battery types. In the future, technology innovations with lithium ion and other batteries technologies are expected to result in batteries with much higher specific energy and lower cost. Advantages: not readily available, runs silently because there is no internal combustion engine, environmentally friendly, no emissions, easy manufacturing. You have to assemble various components of the vehicle. This is especially true for small motorcycles or mopeds. Requires less maintenance. Disadvantages: limited battery operating range, approximately 50 to 130 miles, roughly 6 to 8 hours to recharge completely. Then accuracy of battery charging stations, especially across the long distances, means battery charging station or like a fuel pump, so that like our petrol pump, diesel pump, like we need the battery charging stations. So till there is a less battery charging system or only the few in only at the metropolitan cities, that is will be provided. Increase the air pollution from power plant production, because again for the charging stations we need electricity, again for the electricity we need the more power generation, means from power plants production, maybe by different ways, hydropower plant, thermal power plants, atomic power plants, from various that power generation we get the power. Such type of that vehicles that is to be available in our India also. Electric vehicles, rickshaws model, omni model, car model is also available in. Next we will discuss what is a fuel cell. A fuel cell is an electrochemical device that combines hydrogen and oxygen to produce electricity with water and heat as its byproduct. It is a clean, quiet, highly efficient process, 2 to 3 times more efficient than the fuel burning. It operates similarly to a battery, but it does not run down or does it require recharging. That is the benefit. As long as fuel is supplied, a fuel cell will produce both energy and this show how does the fuel cell work. Getting it is anode catalyst and cathode catalyst, and how the reaction will be carried out in this fuel cell. Then how can fuel cell technology be is used? Individual fuel cell can be placed in series to form the fuel cell stack. The stack can be used in system of power a vehicle. Getting so likewise such a fuel cells they are currently used in North, South America, Europe, Asia, Australia. Train, planes, boats, scooters, forklifts, even bicycles are utilizing the fuel cell technology as well. Now we will see the hydrogen that as a fuel. So hydrogen, a gas, will play an important role in developing sustainable transportation in the United States, because in the future it may be produced in virtually unlimited quantities using renewable sources. Hydrogen and oxygen from air fed into proton exchange membrane fuel cell produce enough electricity to power an electric automobile without producing harmful emissions. The only byproduct of hydrogen fuel cell is water. It is a water. So as we know that the petroleum crisis that are going to be become serious day by day, and the scientists to think seriously for the alternative fuels. Getting scientists must be look towards the alternative fuels. So all the petroleum fuels are concentrated in small group of nations. They started controlling the whole economy of the world, like Gulf countries, Russia. They are going to be control the all over the world economy. Therefore efforts are made throughout the world to find and develop renewable energy sources which will available at all places of the world. Getting so currently there are no original equipment manufacturer vehicles available for sale to the general public. Experts estimate that approximately 10 to 20 years hydrogen vehicles and the infrastructure to support them will start to make an impact. Getting so in next 5 to 10 years definitely the hydrogen car will be in the market. So hydrogen is being aggressively explored as a fuel for passenger vehicles. It can be used in a fuel cells to power electric motors or burn in internal combustion engines. It has the potential to dramatically reduce our dependence on foreign oil, means the foreign nations therefore currently they are providing us the fossil fuels. Benefits: hydrogen can be produced domestically from several sources, reducing our dependence on petroleum imports. Hydrogen produces no air pollutants or greenhouse gases when used in fuel cells, and as a result is environmentally friendly. Challenges: hydrogen is currently expensive to produce and is only available at minimal locations, mostly in California. Fuel cell vehicles are currently far too expensive for most consumers to afford, and they are only available to a few demonstration fleets. Hydrogen contains much less energy than gasoline or diesel on per volume basis. Fuel cell performance, customer acceptance, and hydrogen transport and bulk storage are the challenges. So last this point that is very important, that fuel cell performance, customer acceptance, hydrogen transport and is a big that challenge for the hydrogen. Now we'll discuss the solar energy. That is another that energy, alternative energy is available in ample in all over the world and especially in our India. So in today's world, global warming is being increased day by day. There are many reasons like pollution, deforestation, water contamination. In coming years, the major problem is depletion of ozone layer due to the emissions from our conventional vehicles. So the implementation of solar energy cars should be progressed. So this project deals with features involved in solar energy car, which plays an important role for upcoming energy crisis. A solar car is a solar vehicle used for land transport. Solar cars combine technology typically used in aerospace, bicycle, alternative energy and automotive industries. The design of solar vehicle is severely limited by the amount of energy input into the car. Most of solar cars have been built for the purpose of solar car races. Since from 2011 also solar powered car for daily use on public roads are also designed. So solar car is an electric vehicle powered by solar energy obtained from solar panels. The solar array consists of hundreds of photovoltaic solar cells converting sunlight into electricity. Photovoltaic cells convert the sun energy directly into the electric energy. Some solar cars use gallium arsenide solar cells with efficiencies around 30%. Other solar cars also use silicon solar cells with efficiency around 20%. So solar car gets the energy it needs to move from sunlight. If you look at the solar car below, you can see that much of its surface looks black. It helps it to absorb the sunlight. Black objects absorb almost most of the light that falls upon them. Usually black objects just get hot in the sun, but in solar car some of the light is converted to electricity by a device called solar cell. Each of dark panels that you can see in the photograph contains many such solar cells. The electricity used to drive the car electric motor. Excessive electricity is stored in battery for cloudy periods. So the components are used for solar vehicles: solar array, power trackers, batteries, motor, controller, solar car brakes. So here working principle is shown of the solar car: solar array, power trackers, batteries, motor controller, motor, and goes to the wheels. This is the working principle. Conversion of solar energy into usable energy. So solar array collect the energy from the sun. Array take the energy from the sun and converts into the usable electrical energy. So conversion of solar energy into the usable energy. So from solar energy goes to solar array, it converts into the electric energy, goes to the power tracker. Power trackers convert the solar array voltage to the system voltage as per our need. The battery stores the energy from the power tracker and make them available for the motor use. So this is a simple that getting. So such type of vehicles solar that available in the market, which using the solar panels, which provides the electricity for the batteries by which we are going to run the vehicle. Meaning, so thank you very much for the listening the lecture carefully. Okay.